guys, so today I'm about to film a look on my past bride Poonam. I'm going to recreate her wedding look and she's wearing her wedding outfit. We mixed up the jewelry and changed up the hair a little bit. I'm going to start prepping her with my Embryos. Okay, I'm going to start prepping her face with the moisturizer and I'm going to be doing a thick layer as a mask to prime her skin.
My skin's just so dry.
That's why I'm doing the moisture mask, is because your skin's dry and this is going to give you like extra hydration and like just your foundation's going to go on nicer and stay on all day. So I gave her the Lineage face mask for her lips. For her under eyes, I'm going to prep her with the Eye Wonder from Vasanti.
I have this one though. It's good.
It's good for before makeup. I don't prefer it as like an everyday eye cream, but I like how concealer goes on top. Okay, now that I've let her moisturizer sit on there for a little while, I'm going to go out and push it into her skin. A lot of it has already soaked in areas where she's extra dry. Next, I'm going to go in with the Rose Gold Elixir because I want to use an oil because it's so cold and dry. And this is great for dry skin and for oily skin. Actually, you can still add oil even if someone's oily as long as you set the makeup well. Next, I'm going to go in with Liquid Glass, also from Versali, and just going to add it to her cheeks. And I'm going to kind of take whatever's left on my brush, or my beauty blender, just blend it throughout her face. And if you see her skin right now, it looks super glowy and super hydrated, and that's kind of what you want before you go in with your makeup. Okay, I'm going in with, forgot the name. I use this every day and I forgot the name. Skin Tune Blur from Versali, and just adding it into areas where she might have little imperfections or pores or anything. I love this on the nose too because it prevents your makeup from getting oily too fast. And I'm just going to blend that in with my beauty blender. Okay, next thing I'm going to use is my lip tinted stick in Rise to color correct. And I'm going to use it underneath her eyes and around her mouth. For her wedding day, we did a red lip, which we actually didn't decide. When did we talk? At the consult, we decided, right?
No, it was at that time.
It was the day of?
Yeah,
okay, yeah, but I love the red lip on you. Looked so nice.
I'm glad I went with it.
And I normally hate red lips. Like, I will convince everyone not to wear a red lip. But I don't know, for you, I just like felt like it would complete your look.
No, I got a lot of compliments on the red lip.
I think because the shape of your lips is really nice too, so complimented it really nicely. Okay, for foundation, I'm going to use NARS Stromboli in the Natural Radiant and 2 pumps of it. And I'm going to use this Luxie foundation brush to apply it. Just going to take the tiniest amount and spread it all over her face. Like, you can use the tiniest bit and do like a very sheer natural kind of coverage.
Yeah.
And then if you want to kind of layer it or use more product, you can make it more full coverage. And I'm trying to do half her face first so you guys can see the difference, even though I'm not using a lot of foundation. I'm mixing a little bit of Amarati from Pure Beauty just for color. And same thing, just taking a little bit and really spreading it out. Perfect. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the other half of her face. This brush is a 660. Now that I've mixed in both the foundations, this is a little bit heavier than the NARS one. So I am doing little by little. Because this dries really, really quick. Turn towards you. I'm going to take my Shape Tape in medium and the same brush and just add a little bit more to any areas that I feel like I want a little bit more coverage or any problem spots. If I wanted to do full coverage on the whole face, then I would just go heavier with the foundation, but I wouldn't need to do this step. Just since she has some redness in some areas, so I want to make sure it's all even. She did have microneedling done recently, so that's probably why she's still a little bit red.
Yeah, she said it will last a while.
And then I'm going to take Shape Tape in light medium honey next for her under eyes. So I did the light medium honey in all of the highlight areas. And I'm just going to blend it out. Okay, I'm using NC30 Studio Fix and my Real Techniques brush, and that's what I'm going to set the under eyes with. So I'm going to take the NC30 and also put it anywhere that I want to kind of blur the skin and give a very, very smooth finish. So right here, the center of her forehead and between her brows, and then her upper lip as well. And a little bit to her nose too. Next, I'm taking NC35 in Studio Fix and setting the contour areas of her face. So around her forehead, I'm using a fluffier brush so I don't get such a strong application as I did with the first one. And I'm also going to take this down the bridge of her nose. And start my contour base. And for evening makeups, I don't always do this first, but for mornings I like to because it's a more subtle contour. Next, I'm going to use my Huda Beauty powder in Banana Bread. And I'm going to take my Beauty Blender and set the under eyes. Really good. You should try this powder, especially because the thing you're considering for your cheeks.
Yeah.
Because this gives you like a very, very smooth finish.
Mm-hmm.
So if you use it, you might not feel like you need to anymore. And then I'm just going to take the brush I was using to set and just dust it off, except for her under eyes, because I don't want to dry her out too much around her mouth or on her forehead. Next, the first thing I'm going to do is her brows. I'm going to start with Dip Brow in medium brown or dark brown. and just kind of create a base, and this will fill in some of the holes. So when you're actually filling the brows, it makes it a lot easier. Close your eyes. I also like to always have my clients have their eyes closed while I'm doing brows, because I feel like it gives them more control and they're more still and not stretching anything. Next, I'm going to take Goof Proof in shade 4, and I'm going to start underlining like that. And slowly just brushing it upwards. And then doing the tail and the arch. And it's okay if it's not perfect, because you can just conceal it with concealer. And if her brows were more full in the front, then I would just drag this up, but because they're not, I'm going to use a powder. I'm going to use the ABH powder in dark brown and use the lighter color and use an angle brush. Okay, so I'm taking the very light color and just kind of swooping that and filling this little area in. Now everything's going to fill nice and even without being too dark. Okay, I'm taking concealer. I'm using MAC in NC30. Close your eyes again. And just carving out the brows. If you struggle with this, pulling the eyebrow up makes it really easy. And I'm just going to clean off a little bit here because I feel like I went a little bit too high. For eyeshadow base, I'm going to use Louise in shade 2. This one's called Rumor. And I'm just going to use the same concealer brush and just kind of tap it. And then I'm just going to take any blending brush. This is a Morphe brush, and I'm just going to blend all of it very softly. For highlighter, I'm going to use Zuma from Persona Cosmetics. And I'm going to start her tear duct and then go to her underbrow. Open your eyes. And for the mornings, I always want a very open look, so I do take the highlighter a little bit further. And I'm going to do her nose. Okay, for eyeshadow, I'm going to be using 2 palettes. I'm going to use Blood Sugar and I'm going to use Dose of Colors Francation palette. I'm going to take the medium brown in the Francation first, close, and start building her crease. And then I'm going to go in with Jeffree Star Cake Mix. Next, I'm going to take a big fluffy blending brush with the same lighter tone and just kind of blend everything together. And everything looks super blended. And I'm going to take an angled fluffy brush from Luxie and a dark brown. So I'm going to use this color. And I'm just going to start sweeping this along the lash line, starting to create a little bit of a wing. Because I did want to keep this look pretty light and not go so heavy with the colors. Also on hooded eyes, this is a great way to create drama, is just to sweep right along here. For her lid color, I use one of my favorite champagne gold tones, which is this one right here.
It still makes me.
And I'm going to start applying it right to the center and then take it all the way through. And even with this step, I like to stretch so my press and slide works better. Taking a little bit more product, especially focusing on the center of the eye. This color is perfect if your client's outfit isn't super yellow gold and you don't want to make the eyeshadow look so yellow. Perfect. Now I'm going to take the lightest color, which is my first blending color, look up of the ceiling, and start bringing that underneath her eyes. And then now I'm going to go in with the medium brown. Same thing, but just not going as low. And then a little bit of the darkest brown. And the colors I used are 1, 2, and 3. And all the foil colors break in this palette. Most of mine have already dyed. So that's just something to be careful about. I actually just dump them out usually. I use the palette mostly for the mattes and for that one gold. Open your eyes. Perfect. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and do her waterline. I'm going to use my Sephora nude waterline pencil. Okay, I'm about to do her liner, but before I do that, I'm going to dust off the baking powder. And I'm going to use Schwing, which is my favorite liner, easiest liner to apply. Turn that way, that way. And I'm just going to follow the guideline of like my eyeshadow where I had started it. Especially when the makeup is so soft. I like to do a super bold wing. Looking down. That out. While that's setting, I'm going to go ahead and do her bronzer. I'm going to use Give Me Sun from MAC. And for a brush, I'm going to use 139S, also from MAC. I love MAC brushes. Turn towards me. And I'm just going to dust very little. Just giving a little bit of definition. Whenever I'm doing a morning makeup, I do pay into consideration that she's going to be in the Gurdwara and the lighting is not going to be, like, it'll be really bright. For most of the Gurdwaras, they have a lot of windows, so you don't want to be too heavy with anything. Turn that way. But you should still have enough so it looks like a bridal makeup still. Okay, I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury powder in shade 2 and the brush that it comes with. Or I think this is like the highlighting brush. And I'm just going to do all the mid zones so everything blends. And any areas that I forgot to set. I'm going to use Hot Mama blush from the Balm Smile. Focusing it mostly on her apples and just dragging up whatever's left to blend into her contour. Other side. And then I'm going to use Cheeky Bronze from MAC as a blush topper. Smile. Just right on the apples. This is like a highlighter almost for darker skin tones, and it works really, really great as a blush for medium skin tones. Before I do highlighter, I'm going to Fix Plus her. I love Fix Plus. The first blush or highlighter I'm going to go in with is Golden Haze from Elsie. And then I will layer something a little bit stronger on top. Turn this way. Before morning events, this is like more than enough. Unless your client wants more of a highlight. Turn to the other side. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the Persona Zuma. And I'm just going to take my blush brush and blend everything. Okay, next thing I'm going to take my pencil liner from Huda Beauty and tightline her, looking down. Look down, stretch the eyes, and look towards the outside. Okay. Tightlining is really, really important for hooded eyes, especially because you see that area a lot more. And you can even notice like a huge difference as soon as it's done and looking out towards the inside, and I'm going to do the outside. Look down. I hate this step, but it's very important. This is Lancome Monsieur Big. Look down. Great mascara for volume. This was a PR sample for me, and that's what I usually use as mascaras. So I'm not super picky about them. This one is a higher price point. Next, I'm going to prepare her lashes. I've already pre-cut them for her eye size, and I'm using my own lashes in Bean. Also, right now I am focusing on videos on full application, But once I get the full hang of this, then I'll start doing like liner focus videos and like lash focus videos. So then I'll show you guys how I trim and measure and cut. Looking down. Turn towards me. So I actually measured these before she even got here and they fit perfectly. But that's because I've done her makeup before. Look straight. Okay, next we're gonna do her red lip. I'm gonna use Ruby Woo lip liner. And for lipstick, I'm gonna use Seraphine from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's like the perfect red lip. It's a little bit darker than her outfit, but this is what I used on her wedding day as well. This is the finished look, and you guys can comment any questions that you have below and ideas for future videos as well. If you'd like me to do anything specific, please feel free to comment them below.